let's spend the next 1 hour together here, part of your business morning, this Tuesday, the 14th of November. I am Bosin Amafai. Thank you, everyone. Wherever you're watching, welcome our viewers here in Nigeria and around the world. Let's get the 1 hour started. This is what the Statistics Office, what we call the National Bureau of Statistics, released early today. Nigeria's October inflation data or report will be released tomorrow, November the 15th. At 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to have all that wrapped for you here on the program, and we're unpacking that hot as they come out of the Statistics Office tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock business time here in Nigeria. And then the third quarter 2017 GDP data or report will be out next week, November the 20th at 8:30 in the morning. The Bureau of Statistics early today released those revised a timetable for the release of both the October inflation data as well as the third quarter 2017 GDP numbers. The third quarter GDP report comes out on Monday next week. That's the day the Central Bank of Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee will be holding its final meeting for 2017. It will be a very critical information for the members of the MPC to consider interest rate direction and monetary policy focus for the remainder of 2017 and giving us an idea of what 2018 will look like. A very critical Monday next week will be very heavy with the GDP on Monday and will descend very heavily on the MPC decisions on Tuesday. So it's going to be a lot of economic data on the street unpacking from tomorrow till next week. That's the latest there from the economic side. Let's move on to the business world. The United Foods Limited, an unlisted limited liability company, today announces it has concluded an execution of an asset purchase agreement deal with Dangote Noodles Limited to purchase 2 production lines of Dangote Noodles for 3.75 billion naira. That deal has since been secured and done. The deal also includes the acquisition of some stocks, which are called inventories of Dangote Noodles Limited, worth another 383.9 million naira. The statement published by the United Foods Limited says the board of directors of both Dangote Industries Limited and D United have been secured, as well as the approval of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And yesterday was big on the market. Foreign investors stake fresh 27 billion naira on Dangote Cement. It was an off-the-floor crossing of nearly 130 million shares of Dangote Cement sold yesterday at 210 naira per share off the market, and that was the biggest deal on Monday this week, giving the market a very strong fillip. Dangote Cement is Africa's largest cement producer. And for those of you who are in the medium and small enterprises, the Nigerian government today issued an announcement via the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investment that is reopening the World Bank funded Business Innovation and Growth Platform. You can check this out, get the website, get an email address if you want to be part of the GEM project, which will run between now and September 2018. It's a one-year program. The Nigerian government has reopened this initiative with the World Bank, which has been funded by this the Washington-based institution. The idea is to support medium and small enterprises via technical assistance and grants, which means money, to nurture bright ideas from existing firms in the sectors you're looking at on your TV screen. If you are already an SME in the business of information technology called the ICT, if you're into light manufacturing, if you play music, produce videos, that's entertainment, in agro processing, whether you're processing gari or whatever, and if you're in construction or real estate, or you're in the business of hospitality, that's the news. Those sectors, now the World Bank has some technical support and some grants for you via the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. It's called the MITI. You'll hear that here. You're going to chase that. That's part of the administration's plan to improve job creation. Meantime, the Corporate Affairs Commission also today announces the closure of physical submission of applications for new registration of companies, business names, and incorporated trustees in 10 states across the country. In other words, you can, if you want to do a business name registration, you want to register a new company or incorporate a trustee, whether it's a religious organization or a cooperative society, in those state governments, you can no longer submit a physical application. You need to go online. The CAC says it's closing down the opportunity to submit paperwork. Everything now is online. Ogun State, Delta, Bauchi, Oyo, Kwara, Plateau, Kogi, Sokoto, Akwa Ibom, and Imo states. Those 10 states are now fully digitalized and online. Interesting, isn't it? So the Nigerian Stock Exchange yesterday reclassified what we call the market capitalization of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Of course, you know, but for those who know, the Stock Exchange, the Nigerian Stock Exchange, has not just equities, which you call stocks, but has bonds also listed, and what you call the exchange-traded products or exchange-traded funds. So the Stock Exchange yesterday separated this capitalization. So when we're reporting the market moving forward, we'll be giving you what part of the stock exchange we're referring when we say market capitalization. So now you have these three layers, and this is how the numbers stacked up as at yesterday, Monday, the 13th of November. The equity capitalization, that is the total Naira value of all the stocks or company stocks listed on the stock exchange, from banks to insurance to construction and all those companies, about 250 of them. That comes to a Naira value of 12.913 billion Naira. So when we say the NSE market capitalization, we will no longer generalize. We will make it specific. So it's equity side that we are reporting, 12.913. Now, if we want to report the bond market, the stock exchange also has, of course, it's the first home of bonds in Nigeria, just around the time of independence. So you still have bonds being listed on the Nigerian